Are you going to remain hidden? Or will you step out so we can talk?
I guess.
How
Iris
big
will
is he?
step out.
He seems to be as big as a human. He has your back towards him and he's wearing heavy robe, so you cannot make out what he looks like.
I'm going to remain invisible, but I'm gonna basically guard in front of Iris, so she has an invisible buffer.
So essentially, I've got to speak up and says, "This is the last thing expected."
The figure suddenly puts the book down and slowly turns around towards the opened door, since he still apparently doesn't know where you are since you're invisible.
No, I
I'll
got off
drop
the
the
invisibility.
Yeah, I dropped the invisibility on Iris alone.
And he turns around to face you, Iris. This is what you see. Ah, a human. How curious. This is the last thing I expected to see walking through these hollowed halls. But nonetheless, if you have the perseverance to make it this far, you must be of at least some talent. Welcome to the temple.
The temple of what?
My, such a silly question. Well, I guess one that is expected. I believe this place is not something your species would be aware of. It makes sense, I guess. I believe that you are probably as those adventurers that came a few months before you. Did you come here looking for glory and riches by any chance?
Not really. More about information.
Ah, curiosity. A scholar then. Marvelous.
Don't you laugh at me.
Look, as someone who just shit posted as vendoring, I'm allowed to laugh at him calling you a scholar. Am I
Well
right?
then, one quote Iris. What is it you seek here?
Information about the mark I have seen. The one with
Ah.
6 eyes.
The mark of the Great Master, yes. Curious. Why would a human be interested in that, however?
My friend has a condition that involves it.
Ah, so one of its vessels. Is it an Oni, or somebody who was cursed?
If I am honest, I am still rather surprised to see you here. These ruins look far older than expected.
Why, of course they are. They have existed for... well, let's not delve into that matter. At any rate, I have been supervising them. Well, supervising is a grandiose word for what I'm doing here. I'm merely keeping track of the records and maintaining the inner sanctum, since none of the worshippers have been alive for hundreds of years now.
Guess it's expected. And your name would be...
Ah, I gave up such individuality when I chose to serve the Master. I am merely a vessel for him.
I see. Right, wait. Iris is like inside her mind, like, oh, I hope he hasn't heard the news that we kicked his ass. It's totally fine though.
Now then, you mentioned that you came here for information on the mark. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
What would you wish to know? I would be more than happy to share what information I can with you. After all, you are my first guest in thousands of years. I would be happy to converse with someone.
Right, Iris is probably going to need a bit of subtlety explained in here. So she's looking to Lucretia for a moment. Like,
I'm
should
invisible.
Okay, well,
As you do that, he says, "Ah, you're not alone, of course. I expected as much. Though it seems your friends are not as willing to join us in our conversation."
that's fine. They're a little untalkative.
Well, I do believe it is bad manners, so why don't we put an end to that? He waves his hand and casts Mass Dispel Magic in the room. All magic
thanks.
is immediately dispersed.
Wait, do I have counterspell? I don't think I do. Whatever.
You're not a mage. Become
The
mage.
invisibility effect immediately pops if you don't.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't
By the
have
way, that
counterspell.
also short-circuited your magic items for 1 minute. They are inert.
Okay.
Basically, you'll just find me standing in front of Iris, kind of with my shield.
Yeah, probably the other two right by the sides.
No, Alyssia is off somewhere to the side in a very dark place.
I'm sneaking.
What about you, Horatius? Where are you? Oh, Horatius, the magic was, the invisibility was dispelled. Where are you standing right now in the room?
Behind him.
Well,
behind
behind
this
him.
Tick.
Yeah, you might be invisible, but you're gonna have to stealth for not to be hurt in your full plate.
I suspect that's probably it.
So I'm gonna say that you cannot be behind him.
Oh
Nope.
my wamo.
Send
Tick.
Nani?
As you approach the steps which lead to the small pedestal that he is on with the rest of the books, he says, I would advise you not getting any closer without permission.
Anyway, we were looking for information on the mark, specifically marks left on Oni.
You seem like a earnest and, well, kind person, Iris. I cannot say the same for your friends. Though, I shall indulge you. Tell me, what do you wish to know about the Great Master? I will tell you what I can.
Well, his name, maybe? Or is he just a Great Master?
The Great Master. He is known by many names and titles. However, the ones that he is most known for are simply the Wings of Despair, the Breath of Ruin, the Fell Dragon Grimma.
A dragon?
Well, they call him a dragon because that is merely the form that they can perceive. He is so much more than that.
I see.
He is the All-Father. He is the beginning and the end. He is everything. And he is nothing.
And what about these marks he places on people? What are they used for?
Those are to his chosen children that serve as his vessels or his enemies, a curse put upon them to get rid of them.
So that's what these books are for then? To understand him?
Yes, many of them are stories of times long, long ago, of Grimma and his deeds, of his vessels and their accomplishments. Some carry great curses and lessons to be learned of mistakes. Some carry great secrets and great knowledge and great tales of victory. But ultimately, Grimma is the begetter of the beginning, is the begetter of the end. He is everything and he is nothing. He is all, and as such, these books record everything.
Why were you sealed here?
I was not sealed.
Hmm?
I can undo the seal whenever I wish.
Oh, we just busted your lock.
Yes, you did.
I guess that makes sense.
And once you leave, I shall seal it again.
And
Well, leave is a relative term. I will probably have to drag your corpses out.
just like the others?
Well, they do not bother me. If anything, I thought that they would serve as a warning. Seems like it didn't work. The desired effect was not achieved. Oh well.
I see. So I guess I better just get...
Make no mistake about it. I am making no threats to you. I do not mean to fight you. However, since you have undone the seal, you have incurred the wrath of the Guardians. They will soon come here and dispose of you. I do not have control over them. They are mindless beasts. Once your bodies are picked clean, I will simply dispose of what is left.
Right. I go over to Alyssia and say to her in a quiet voice, we're just here to take as much information as we can, right?
Alyssia just makes a non-committal shrug.
And you we'll just do whatever you need to do to go, right?
Wait, what are you saying?
Ask if you can read the books and make an offering. Once you've read it once, you'll be able to remember it.
Oh.
Then we'll just bless you later.
Alyssia again just shrugs.
And that's as far as I'm going to bend on that issue.
Okay. So what are you doing?
So, Alyssia, you up?
Yep. So... What? We were allowed to read the books as long as we don't take them away from here?
Nobody said anything like that.
Then what exactly does Horatius want me to do?
Literally what I said. If you can ask to make an offering, to read the books and... I don't...
Oh.
Demon culty shit. I don't think like that.
Tell me, you say that we are not allowed to bring the books with us, but is it possible to read them while we stay here?
Well, one book in particular is open to the public. You may read it freely. However, none of the books can leave this place. If you wish to read the book, I have no problems giving it to you. However, be warned, that book that is allowed to be read is, shall we say, a bit difficult and dry.
How so?
I hardly doubt that species that have lived less than 50 or 60, 100, 1,000... fuck, how long have you fucking lived for? Just a second, I'm forgetting. About 50,000, okay. I seriously doubt that species that have existed for merely 50,000 years would be able to understand and comprehend this language. But, by all means, be my guest. And as he says that, he turns around, the book that he was rummaging through earlier, he picks it up and then slowly walks down the stairs. He dismissively makes a gesture with his hand. You see the giant stack of books behind him disappear. And as he slowly steps down from the steps, he offers the book towards you, Alyssia.
Alyssia takes the book gingerly.
As you take the book, make a will save.
Oh, of course.
+3.
This is gonna hurt. Well, 16 in that case.
Alyssia, you feel like your mind was just scarred. A curse was placed upon you when you touched the book. You feel no pain, but you feel like you are slipping. Your consciousness and will are getting eroded. Well then, be my guest, he says as he makes a gesture for you to open the book and begin reading it. As for the book itself, there you go. That's basically how it looks. Again, inside you see the strange symbols that you saw carved out in the walls leading up to the inner sanctum. You can make neither, you cannot make any sense of them.
Well, considering I don't understand what it says, Alyssia will instead begin basically, well, looking at each page in the book and just committing the entire thing to memory.
Okay, the book is actually just thick enough for you to barely be able to do it. However, it takes a good 10, maybe 15 minutes, and in that time, you will notice that nothing has happened behind you, even though you heard those noises earlier. You see that the guy is actually looking towards the tunnel and goes, surprising. I wonder why the Guardians haven't come. Oh well, that is no concern of mine. Well then. He looks towards you, Alyssia, as you're finishing up the book. If you have concluded your rummaging through the sacred testament, I would like it back, if you will.
Alyssia offers the book back.
He takes it. Thank you. Well then. I believe that this temple has been... I believe that this temple has served its purpose. It seems that it can no longer function properly, so I will have to relocate. It was fun meeting you all. I doubt we'll see each other again, considering your short lifespans, but thank you nonetheless for this interesting and amusing encounter. I wish you a good life, humans, and farewell. And as he says that, you see that a magic circle is forming under him. He is about to teleport away. If nobody says or does anything, he's just gonna quietly pop right out of there. Boom, and he's gone.
Fucking hate those things.
Was that a...
I hate portals.
Yeah,
That was in character.
it was gonna look back and go, was that demon? Just to be completely sure. Like, she's actually in total seriousness. Cause that would imply something completely strange.
Hey, Experta.
Yeah?
I was gonna go off on a limb here and say that that does not fit the description of any demon I've come across in my books.
You are sure it's a demon, but you're not sure what type because it was wearing heavy robes and a mask. You basically saw almost nothing of that thing.
So it's gonna point something out and go, you realize that if these ruins are thousands upon thousands of years old, they either got established and came here then, even before the Empire was built. Like, that implies demons have been here for a lot longer.
Or perhaps they were here once and then left, and then came back.
Maybe, but if this master is exactly what they say it is, then at least other past humans have been worshipping him for a long time. Anyway, do you have as much information as you need?
I have as much information as we're going to get, although I have no idea what any of it means. Also, there's a high probability I was just cursed. So,
Lovely.
yes, that was a fun experience.
We went to get rid of curses. Now we got more. I hate that thing after we kicked its fucking ass.
Oh, it shouldn't be too hard to get rid of curses. After all, we have 2 old veins. Now we just need a mage.
That being said, I wonder if this works. She's gonna try getting the orb to work.
The orb doesn't seem to work. Something is disturbing it.
Is a pile of books still there?
Character, Ash, is that like third or fourth one of those you've had?
It's actually the second. Don't be mean, Adam.
I feel like that orb breaks all the time.
No, that orb is
It's a
definitely
third.
broken twice before,
Yeah,
so
it's
it's the
third.
third.
Yeah.
Oh fuck me! It's actually the fourth. You're right. Fuck.
Yeah, I was
Because there
right.
was the once with Logan, and then it got shattered by the punchy
It was-
dude, and
yeah,
now it's
it-
got the third one.
It was just like
Yeah,
shaking
so-
it. It's like, don't break on me again.
It's not broken. Something is just interfering with it.
Yeah, but we never know with this thing. It's unreliable at best.
She's gonna put it away and go,
It's a great artifact, I swear.
No.
we're gonna have to try finding if there's any other information we can seek out in this place. Unless it's just this one fucking room.
Sadly, it's just this one fucking room. And he just made sure that all the other books disappeared with him.
Lovely. Could have done that
So
at any
the only
point.
information you gathered, it's in Alicia's cursed mind.
Cool. Let's go home. And quickly.
Yep, and since I'm expecting a horde of fucking fishmen, I'll take point.
No, I will take point. You stay behind me. Or you stay behind Alyssia and Iris to take behind.
As you prepare to exit the temple and overlook once again the open area in front of you, you were stopped in your tracks. The sight is not one that you expected. How could you? However, it is, well, a bit more ominous than you were expecting. You do not see a sea of enemies ready to, well, tear you limb from limb. What you see above you is the ocean, but the ocean is red, stained with blood, and hundreds, thousands of dead creatures floating. Not a single guardian has come down because they are all dead.
What?
Thanks, Talon.
The ghost is looking around like,
Or
what?
This is the part where we get ambushed.
Try the orb.
I'm gonna try the orb again now outside the temple.
Something is interfering with it. It must be extremely powerful magic.
I'm already hating this place. I don't like this place. Guess we better get out of here.
yeah, I think we should be making our exit quickly.
Quick question, Miss Walk on the bottom. How are you gonna float up?
I actually already have a plan for that. Well, I have a spell called Water Walk, and I have a spell called Control Water, so I'm basically just gonna use it like a bubble elevator.
Fucking support clerics.
This is the one thing I'm good at.
Hey, expert.
Can't do any magic.
Fucking mages, eh?
Sorry,
I
what?
can't
Fucking
deal
mages, eh?
any.
Wait, it was
I
actually
have
gonna...
burst damage and a
Lucretia, Alyssia just called you a mage. Are you just gonna take that?
excuse you. I am not a mage. I pray to my goddess and
Actually,
she delivers.
Yes.
You should be worshipping at her feet at
Absolutely.
everything that I do.
I'm gonna turn back to everyone else and go, so everybody knew that guy was gonna teleport away just like I did? The moment I heard he put the seals on, there was no point in fighting him. He would teleport away with all the stuff.
Yeah, mages always teleport like bitches.
Fucking
That's why you
cunts.
gotta. That's why you gotta get them in the
Says
Achilles.
Klein as the Vendrick's sight is ring.
it's like I already knew as soon as he did
Oh,
that.
in full fairness,
It's no
if we were
point.
playing this campaign and Vendrick was still with the party, the first thing I would have done is on that ship going, give me 30 minutes and set up a teleportation circle. The second we got down there. Okay, we'll see you, cunt. Clap.
I hope what we got was good enough.
To be fair, if Vendrick
Right,
was
so
still
you're
here,
gonna
our
use the
group would be
combination of those
morally
spells to make a
fucked.
hasty exit, I'm assuming.
Yes,
Yeah.
because only one of them is concentration, so I can use both of them at once.
It's a very eerie trip back as the water around you is pretty much all red, covered in blood, and there's corpses everywhere. However, as you surface, you see that your ship is, well, not in the best of conditions. There's a few small fires on it, and most of the crew has been rounded up and trying to, well, not get themselves killed.
Maverick, what happened to my ship?
And as if to answer you, as you look above towards the mast, you see that a portal has been opened.
What?
Oh,
And you
Jesus.
recognize the person standing there above you in a very condescending manner, enjoying a nice puff of her cigar.
Who is this?
Who?
Just fucking knew it. Stupid old
Don't you
chaos
dare!
lady. Don't you dare fireball my ship! You already fireballed my city. Stop
I mean, she
fireballing
was coming
everything.
for you. No, wait, this. Wait, was it this bitch was coming for us?
No,
Uh,
she
it
was. It wasn't.
Nope.
her.
This chick, No, this is
It's
her
her daughter,
mother.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, this is her mother. This is the chick that
You
had
see
cornered us on the
Eleonora
roof.
on top of your mast after she exited her portal and is just overlooking down the sea, and she spots you guys surfacing. As you do, she doesn't say anything. She just snaps her fingers, and you get a very ominous deja vu as you
Don't.
remember that time back in Osthaven when she did the exact same thing. You see the clouds beginning to spread out as meteors begin raining from the sky above you.
Stop it!
Now you stop that! We're just
Ninth level.
Takes
pointing
one
and
last
yelling at
puff
him.
of her cigar and tosses it overboard into the sea. She then just casually turns around and walks through her portal and disappears.
What the fuck?
Just as the meteors begin raining down on top of the ship and the area where you guys are.
What's it with these people turning up and ruining everything?
But she literally just came
They're
in,
demons.
set a
It's their
bunch of
job.
shit on fire, summoned a
I'm
bunch
gonna-
of meteors,
Bro,
and
you
then
hear,
left.
you hear
I'm gonna
Alyssia
switch
okay.
this for now just for convenience
Alright.
sake, but you are right now in the water. Meteors begin falling down every which way. Nothing but destruction and gore happens around you. The people on the ship are screaming, trying to not get killed. The ship gets ripped apart. Everything begins to lash out left and right with giant waves. As the meteors make impact with the sea, as you can imagine, bad things happen. The way that it works, if some of you are unaware, first of all, massive waves. Then, because of the giant dispersion of the water, you get sucked right under. And it's not a joyous ride.
Ah,
Sadly, because of the huge spell that was just cast, the area quickly becomes polluted and deprived of energy. So no matter what you try to cast, Lucretia, it is in vain.
You see, I don't
As
cast magic, I
such-
cast miracles.
As such,
Got you there.
what happens is you are inevitably dunked underneath the sea, unable to swim up because of the strong currents, and are swept away. And through the impacts of both the wreckage, the meteors mercilessly raining down, you are eventually knocked out and submerged, embraced by the deep, dark sea,
Hey, expersion.
wobbled up into the darkness. Just a second, Taram, let me finish.
So, you know what, I have a news today.
No, you cannot choose to succeed. Not yet. And as you begin to slowly descend into the darkness of the cold, dark sea, you realize... Fuck, what is it? Second?
It's free real estate.
You realize that your small detour is actually going to be not so small in the end.
Far away, 1,000 miles from home, we walk the road alone, in search for gold. We sail across the sea, chasing dreams.